So over the past few weeks, I've got a couple of requests from some members about some 3-4 defensive tips. I've been definitely more of a 4-6, four down lineman guy this year, but I can definitely give y'all some 3-4 tips, especially with the year winding down. We haven't covered the 3-4 as much, so that's definitely a nice change up. One of the ones we haven't really covered much, we covered 3-4 predator, the under, and the even a good bit, but 3-4 over haven't really looked at much aside from some delayed blitzes. That's what I want to take a look at this week, because 3-4 over is found in a lot of the 3-4 playbooks, the more popular ones, especially like the Jets. Dallas is what we're actually using here, whatnot. Play I want to look at first is double tight end. Alright, so the thing with double tight end is you notice how we got a player doubled over here on the right. Normally going to be the tight end since it's called double tight end, but with some sort of formations you may have three receivers to the right, so he's actually doubling the receiver. But basically what this allows us to do is we can go ahead, coverage audible left on the right analog stick, and notice how that shades this safety's deep zone. He was playing a cover one deep middle, now he's playing towards the left. So people like to do smart right corner routes and slant outs and stuff from tight and on the left. That's going to lock that up. Whereas we can watch the other side of the field ourselves. So anyway, as far as getting pressure is concerned, we can actually get some really good pressure, especially outside from the 3-4. Most people don't know how to get pressure from the 3-4 from the outside because they're so used to running 3 or 4 down sets. So here, this is exactly what I'm going to do. Generally, I'm going to take the guy who's guarding the running back, stack him in the opposite right A gap, kind of to give him a vision of A gap blitz, which I've shown a couple of those from the 3-4, so that could definitely be a factor in the offense's mind. Now, what I like to do is I like to re-blitz the linebacker who's blitzing over on the left. Fastest way to do that is just linebacker shift, and then or linebacker audible, left on the right analog stick. Notice how his angle changes. Now, since running 3-4 over, notice how the D tackle is shading the center's left shoulder. Go ahead and contain him. That's basically going to be like containing inside linebacker from 4-6 that results in the tackle going dumb and ignoring the blitzer. So the last thing we're going to do is this opposite D end on the right. We'll just put him in a spy to prevent scrambles and just basically just watch anything over the short middle of the field. I'm controlling this guy manually. You can do whatever you want with him. You don't have to playmaker him. Some people actually like the guy they're manually controlling, playmaker him on a blitz. The reason why a lot of people do that is just in case it's a run, you're running up instead of back. And also, if someone scrambles and you got a guy on a blitz assignment and you go to the CPU assist, hold down the A button, he's going to go straight at the quarterback instead of taking a stutter step back, which sometimes will result if the guy has good stick and the quarterback is swerving around the guy. So that's just we're not fake blitzing though, don't get it twisted. We're going to play coverage, but this is just something some people like to do. I don't typically think it's a big deal myself, but just something I wanted to make y'all aware of. Anyway, let's look at how this play unfolds. Alright, so you can immediately see it's a contained blitz, basically. But the key on this is how the coverage is really, really solid. It allows you to set the coverage up to defend a lot of the most difficult things to defend against this year with very minimum adjustments. And the contained blitz definitely has been taken out from Madden 12, but for the people playing Madden 11 still, we're going to be putting up a lot of Madden 11 tips and mixing them in with some NCAA tips just so we get a good balance. But take note of how the coverage looks here. Look how we got both sides of the field locked up. The biggest problem this year has been being able to lock up both sidelines because it's so hard to get pressure, manually watch one side, but then the other safety a lot of times will be getting position. Whereas here, we can shade the safeties, still get pressure, and then manually watch the other side ourselves and cover the short middle with a spy, and we're good. So it's a very, very solid D, especially if you're running with a 3-4 base team. Actually using the Dallas Cowboys 3-4 defensive book in this example.